Everybody. I would like to welcome you all on behalf of CDFP team. I would like to introduce my colleagues Kapil Sharma and Rohit Kalam, myself Nikita Parab. We have made this presentation using the Prezi, that is a cloud-based software. Kapil will provide a short introduction about sign connotations.
So what do we mean by sign connotation? What do we do actually in our process? So the main objective of automation is to transform the map content creation approach to move from the manual to automated by leveraging automated detection capabilities. So what does this mean? Basically, what we are doing is we are cutting up the manual coding and we are bringing up the automated procedure in our project. So how do we do that? We are making the system more intelligent by helping the detection of the signs or the features in order to make this automated feature recognition tool. So by the help of automation, what happens is all those features which require some manual coding previously are now automated, and those features which are left will be manually coded, which are the features which are unsupported. Now let's continue with the presentation. Let's understand the history of CDFP first.
I will tell you the history about CDFP. First, it was known as EFR. EFR stands for Enhanced Feature Recognition. Enhanced Feature Recognition was there for an year. Later, it was transformed into DMS. DMS stands for Dry Maintenance Set. Dry Maintenance Set was there for more than 6 months, for 2 quarters, and later it was transformed into CDFP, that was known as Continuous Dry File Processing. Now, Nikita will tell you about template foundation or template creation. That is how templates are created in our database.
So, template foundation. First, AEL gets the raw signs in the PDF format from the government sources. Then further, these PDFs are converted into SVG format by the AEL team by using the Inkscape tool. These are called as templates. So is this enough though? No, not really. So to make this process more automated, we require the signs, the more accurate signs. These basic templates and the drive files are uploaded into the Viper tool, and then these are sent to IPC for the further processes. Later, now the process will be handled by Rohit.
According to function class, drives are like, if for a particular country, according to function class, we need to drive 1000 to 2500 kilometers approx. And now the further process is as follows. Process include 2 main parts, that is, one is work instruction, and other is DR, MFC and Atlas. Firstly, the work instruction. Work instruction is the place where you can find the procedure or the steps for a particular process. Work instructions include 2 subpoints, that is global work instructions and country specific. Global work instruction is followed globally all over the world, and country specific is for a particular country. For example, if I'm working for an AU, that is Australia, I will follow country specific only for the Australia, not for any other country. Now, other processes include DR, MFC and Atlas. DR will be explained by Kapil Sharma.
So basically, what does CDFP do? CDFP follows 3 main processes. Atlas, we all know what Atlas is. We have all been working in Atlas. So 2 specific tools used by CDFP are DR, that is detection review, and MFC, that is map feature coder. So in order to explain you it in a much better way, we'll show you one video so that you can get a glimpse of what DR is, how it looks, and what we do in DR.
These detections become input to the next process, which is detection review. Here, according to country specs and scope of the project, the detections that are accurate and required are marked as verified in the detection review tool, and the ones which are out of scope and invalid detections are marked as rejected.
So now as seen, this is how a DR window looks like. This is the tool detection reviewer tool in which we get geotags, like features which are captured by the camera of the car. Those are the images. These are always in the pending state, which needs to be viewed or reviewed by the coder. Now what does the coder do? Coder needs to either verify it or reject it. These two things are to be done by the coder. There are other two flags as well that are undetermined and false positive, which are not used in CDFP for now. So what verified and rejected means is, if the geotag is coming under the project scope of me, like for myself, then I'll verify that geotag. If it isn't coming in my project scope, that will be rejected, and I'll continue with the MFC. Now what does MFC do?
So MFC is Map Feature Coder. MFC consists of four tabs. Four tabs and the info tab. Here, these four tabs are synchronized together. We will see the short video about MFC to simplify this.
Once the DR is complete, then all the verified signs will be mapped into the map feature coder called as MFC, just by a single click, which is code in MFC. MFC is another intelligent system which has an inbuilt logic and will currently code in a virtual database. In this database, it will check for existence of a sign and also perform automatic coding of the sign. The features which are created in virtual database are now manually checked to confirm the accuracy of the coding and also to code any incorrect coded feature, which is called as MFC snapping. Once the MFC snapping is completed, the unsupported features for automatic detections and misdetections are now manually transcribed using the Viper tool, which is auto-sync to MFC again. Next, these features in MFC are now auto-coded in Atlas by another click, submit to TurboMap. And the features which cannot be coded through TurboMap and through MFC, those fallouts has to be manually coded by the coder in Atlas. Let's have a detailed look over the CDFP process followed at IPC.
So after MFC, we have Atlas. As we all know what Atlas is. So we have, in CDFP, we have 328 attributes which need to be coded. We cannot explain it right now. So we have chosen one attribute to be explained how it is coded. That is directional sign. That will be explained, Rohit.
We have opted for directional sign because directional sign fall under category 4. That is, it is unsupported feature. It cannot be coded automatically. So we have chosen this topic because manual transcription or manual coding is required for the directional sign. Directional sign provide a traveler with a route guidance information. In simple terms, if I'm traveling in the green car over here and a directional signboard is present over here, then it will provide information to the driver about the 3 roads connecting to it. That is for the straight road, for the left, and for the right road. These are few examples of directional signboard. Mostly in all the country, we found green color signboard. Nearby airport area, you find maroon color boards. The color of the signboard can change according to different types of places. It can be white, it can be blue. Sometimes it can be even brown for the tourist information.
So now what does a directional sign mean? A directional sign is a signboard which tells us about something or some directions. Like if I'm going somewhere, I need direction to go there. So basic 2 criteria in a directional sign to be coded are source link and destination link. So source link is the link from which the driver perceives to be going, and destination links can be many or one, and it describes the driver where it perceives it is going to. So in this case, in this scenario, if I'm on the southwards link and I need to go to northward or the western link, I have a directional signboard And according to that, those links should be coded as directional signs by using the sign edit toolbar.
Directional sign includes entries. Entries as in branch text and the toward text. Branch text is the text that is found after an intersection or after a turn or after an intersection, after a maneuver or after a ramp. And toward text is far, minimum 40 or 50 kilometers. After 40 kilometers you find something, it might be a toward text. That is not a particular 40 kilometers, it can be a far end. So it can be entered into toward text. For example, over here, Western Ring Road is a branch text and Princess Freeway is a toward text. Improvements and achievements in our team. First of all, Ashish Matre gave an idea for exception handling in Atlas. Everyone over here uses Atlas tool, right? Okay. Can you see over here for the user? Yeah, this idea was provided by Ashish Matre, which got implemented in the last quarter and which was very useful for everyone. Now Rohit Kadam, it's me. I gave an idea for directional sign in which our team annually saved around 890 hours. It is the shortest way for coding a directional sign. Now for Vishal Chaure provided an idea for inclusion of skip rear view in MFC, which also saved a lot of time of our project.
That's all, guys. That's all we have. Any questions from your side?
Any questions?
So there was some tool which converts the JPEG into an HTML
Yeah, yeah.
format. So what is that tool?
It's an Inkscape tool.
Inkscape.
Yeah.
Then what exactly does it change? I mean, what are the features that it change? For example, I have a JPG of a signboard. So will it completely?
It will convert, if there's a image, if a PDF image is there, it will convert into SVG format. And SVG is converted into templates. There are 3 steps.
So
PDF,
what's the name of the tool?
Inkscape.
Inkscape.
Yeah. It is mostly used by AEL team.
Who is looking after that tool?
Right now, the last time I have contacted Sarah Miller for that. Sarah Miller is an AEL for our team, for Australia, not for all the groups, for Australia. And AEL stands for Advanced Engineering and Launch.
So again, going back to the savings slide, if you can.
Yeah, sure.
It got stuck. Can you make it?
We can see where
So directional sign best practice and the saving of 890 hours. So what was exactly in there? What did you guys do?
It was like for coding a directional sign, we used to follow a clean. Right now it's a procedure where you can code directional sign in a shortest way and an easier way, and it is risk-free environment. So over there, imagine if I'm coding.
Coding directional sign in Atlas.
Yeah, it will save time. For a sign, we are getting around 32 seconds, saving of 30 seconds. Per day, there are 14 kilometers we need to travel, and according to annually, we save around 890 hours.
That's a good number.
Thank you.
Questions, guys, from your side?
Yeah, I have a question. You have selected directional signs only for this topic and you explained how the CDF process, right? And in the initial stage you explained that directional sign doesn't support MFC.
Yes.
We cannot code directional sign
Yes,
in MFC. Then why we have selected directional sign only for explanation? And
Right.
we have many signs which MFC supports.
Basic idea of explaining the whole process is we belong to CDFP team,
Right.
and the CDFP team codes signs, and directional signs comes in under the CDFP team.
Yeah,
So the basic idea of explaining CDFP process is that we are coding directional signs, so we need to explain the process behind it.
And the main point over here was, see, normally most of the signs get automatically coded. So explaining the automated coded is not, might be useful, and telling something that require manual coding, because over here you require manual coding. So we are explaining that thing. So we are when focusing on manual coding. In near future, it might be like automated also.
Anything else?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.